Right, so I want to talk about my YouTube systems that I've owned since 2010, what I've bought, what I've sold. Um, just one thing I want to say, near enough all these systems that I've owned, I've only had less than 10 games, minimum of 5, and that's good in a way for me. But I shall start with my two handhelds. The first handheld was my Game Boy Advance SP, the NES edition. Um, Back when I owned it in 2012, I was getting away with a lot of piss taking at work. Back in, as I said, 2012. But now, today, I can't really piss take as much as I did back then because my work's got more busier for me. Um, I only had 5 games, no nostalgia, so that went. My Neo Geo Pocket Color. I remember seeing them in the Game Station for sale years ago when they first released. I bought that. Obviously, I bought that. There are some nice colours out there. I had a stone blue one, but I got it to about 8 games, matching the Millennium, Sonic, and a few other ones like. But in the end, it just wore off on me. Obviously, because it wasn't backlit, which was a downer. And the good thing was the clamshells in the games were good, but the prices of some of the games, no, fuck that. And then back on my consoles, back in 2010, when I started YouTube making gaming videos, my first system for me to buy was my Panasonic 3DO FC1 model. Back then, 2010, really hard to come by getting noticed on YouTube because there was quite a few channels out there. Not as what it's like today where channels are popping up left, right and centre. It was hard to get noticed back then, and it was 3DO, so that was quite hard. Then I purchased a Gold Star 3DO, and then I found out about the must-have 3DO for me was a Sanyo 3DO, Japan exclusive. I had all those systems. In the end, I built up a nice collection. Some of the games were utter fucking tripe, as you should know with the 3DO. Half of those are in a landfill site somewhere in my county because they were shit. I thought I'd make some money on these games, what I saw on eBay back then, what people are asking for them, but no, they're in a landfill. Um, Neo Geo CD top loader. I had a few games for it, but I never explored it, to be honest. And it is a big system when you put the Sega Saturn by the side of it. I wish I took notice in the games for the Neo Geo CD, but the reason why that was culled was because I ended up having a grey Jap Saturn, and while I was there, I had the Neo Geo MVS one-stop board, meaning that the Neo Geo CD was culled. Um, Had a GameCube, got a GameCube screen, bought a purple GameCube to go with the purple screen. Never really showed it on YouTube. I got up to 5 games, no nostalgia, that was cold. I went to pick up an Amiga A500 with 2 boxfuls of demo discs and flight simulators. Obviously, flight simulators are not my thing. Half of the discs didn't work. People at my secondary school back in the 90s had one. I didn't have one. So novelty wore off after 3 months of owning that, and that was cold. I had, what else did I have? Oh yeah, my Super Nintendo PAL. I had some nice games through it. And then probably about 2012, the Jap bug kicked in big time. And seeing the Super Famicom and the artwork and the games and how cheaper they were compared to the PAL Super Nintendo, that was it. The PAL Super Nintendo went. So I got up to Super Famicom, and while it's a Super Famicom, the Mega Drive reared its head, and I ended up getting, you may know, my customized purple one. Owning 2 16-bit systems, yes, but then a certain genre of games entered my life, shooters. So my Super Famicom was cold in favour of keeping my Mega Drive for my shooters. In the end, my Mega Drive, I had one back in the day, but the nostalgia wasn't there for me, so I culled that. I had, as I said, I had a grey Jap Saturn, and the Jap Saturn bug kicked in big time back in 2012, big time. That was sold off to buy 2 other Jap Saturn exclusive systems, as you would call it. PC Engine Duo. Yes, it was nice to own. Yes, it is popular on YouTube to the present day, but obviously no nostalgia. Owning one, yes, it's great to own one to start with, but the novelty wore off, and that was cold. So that's my gaming YouTube history of systems that I bought and sold. How much money have I wasted? How much money have I lost on all this stuff? I don't want to, it's just cringe-worthy. But majority of the money has been obviously reimbursed into other systems over the years since 2010. So at my present moment, I own the Jap Saturn and the Jap PS1 with my Supergun and MVS, which is just a little bit by part, and some arcade boards. But have I regretted anything since 2010 that I've sold? No. So it's weird how easy you can get sidetracked by owning multiple systems, and it just does your head in looking at games for one system and then going on eBay and looking for other system, and in the end it's just a weight off the shoulders just to get rid of them, like, because there's just no chance. Just head doing sometimes, but it's a shame. It's weird seeing all those systems come and go, but fuck that again. Been there, done it, got the t-shirt, no more. So thanks for watching my YouTube gaming history.